breaking news on NEA Report. It's Stan Morris reporting. No, sorry, I'm live right now. So there's been a shooting here on State Street in Jonesboro. It's about the 300 block of State Street. There has been a victim sent to a local hospital with a couple of gunshot wounds, and officers are on the scene processing it right now. So what we have at the moment is right behind me, somebody was kind of driving up asking me in the middle of my live stream what happened. But what we have right now, we're on 300 State Street. This would be across from Arkansas State University off of Johnson Avenue in Jonesboro. And the scene right now, it appears like an apartment complex here is where somebody was shot. Don't have the name of the victim. All we know right now on the suspect information is the suspect is wanted. And they reported that a silver car was seen in the area. Just throwing this hint out there for people that drive up asking what's happening at a crime scene. The guy that was asking me behind me had a silver car, right? That's why you don't want to do that. Use some sense, people. So it's breaking news. We're live here at the scene in Jonesboro. It's State Street. Officers and the Criminal Investigation Division, several detectives I recognize, are processing the scene. I'm going to zoom in so that you can see the evidence markers. And what you're looking through right there is apparently like a brick mailbox thing that was driven through at some point. And so, what is this reporter doing? I have no idea what she's doing right now. Okay, I guess this Region 8 News reporter is literally driving her car up to light the scene. Yeah, that's literally what she's doing right now. Good God. Anyway, those evidence markers you see are shell casings. And apparently several of them happening here. So I was told by Sally Smith, the Jonesboro Police Department public information specialist. She said that the evidence markers were all around shell casings, which would indicate somebody firing right around where a car would be. So I guess you're looking at a possible another drive-by shooting, and that's kind of what some of these have been previously that have taken place as well. We know just a short time ago, by the way, and this is at NEAreport.com, there was an arrest that was made, and we want you to put that in just context because there's been several shootings this week. There was one on Keeley that we had reported from, and that's the suspect that was believed to be responsible for that. So I'm going to move around here a little bit and show you kind of where we're at. I'm aiming this camera right now toward Johnson Avenue, and so that's where in the direction of Arkansas State University would be. Not very far, just kind of across Johnson is where we're at now. Okay, do y'all remember where the crosswalk was that the horrible driver drove over 2 days after it was installed? That's where we're at right now. Probably, 300 feet from there, not very far at all. And officers are at an apartment complex on State where see this vehicle, like, right in the middle of the shot. What can I say? But anyway, officers are, you can see out here processing evidence. And so the evidence markers, I've been told, most or all represent shell casings. I'm guessing the ones closer to the apartment are not shell casings, unless, that really wouldn't make sense. But they might be blood droplets. We can't really see because there's police tape that we can't get past. So a number of gunshots, it appears to have been fired here at the scene. Because, look, just right here, all of those would, from what I've been told, represent bullets that were fired. And those markers represent the shell casings that would have been left on the ground. And that is a reporter. Just right there. So we're in North Jonesboro, and where we're at right now is across from Arkansas State University. If you're joining us and you're not sure where we're at in terms of where in the world Jonesboro's at, well, Northeast Arkansas, okay? And where we're at right now is a crime scene where they're processing evidence. And I'm just gonna get a little closer here and show you guys as close as we can what we might see, because some of this is, from what I've been told, shell casings that were here at the scene. I don't know if we'll actually be able to see any of that or not, but I can tell you one person was injured in this, and the person that was injured was taken to a nearby hospital. I was reading the report. It suggested 2 bullets had impacted the victim, and so I'm not sure the lethality. I hope that that person is in a stable condition, but I don't have that at the moment, and I apologize. We know that a silver vehicle was seen leaving the scene, and authorities are asking for everybody out there, if you have any information on that, if you know who that might be, if that was something like a gunshot that just went off kind of toward Johnson, to be honest with you, either that or a car backfiring. But State Street, we're about the 300 block of it, and we would be across from Arkansas State University, across Johnson Avenue from there. North Jonesboro is where we're at in that kind of vicinity. So just a moment ago, actually heard kind of a pop go off. That could have been just nothing. It could have been a car backfiring. Who knows what. A lot of folks outside kind of watching this right now, because what you're dealing with is a really kind of frightening situation for neighbors, for children that live in the area, young folks. This is a residential area where people exist that just want to have a good life and a happy existence, and they don't want violence to take place. A lot of folks ask where this took place, what side of Jonesboro, and of course we tell you for geography reasons, but I mean we're speaking about somebody driving down the road with their lights out. Check this out. Look at this. Somebody's going down the road, lights are out, literally. This is the home of people, and just always breaks my heart to see this happen near people's homes, and there's houses nearby, there's apartments nearby. I'm not sure if I can tell, but I just noticed that the window is busted out right there, so maybe gunshots went through the window there. It's possible. We don't exactly know that for sure. So I just noticed S.L. Robinson in chat mentioned she heard that pop off Nettleton. It sounded pretty closer to, sounded kind of in between where you are and where I would be, it feels like. So, the other day when we were at the scene of the Keeley Street shooting, right before we went live, there were more gunshots heard in that area. Oftentimes, for whatever reason, the suspects, they come back, and they go at it again. And so it's just, it's a cycle of violence. And the best way that we could combat that is going to be education and rational thought. People got to walk away from the fight. You just got to be big enough to walk away. Let somebody else get the last word. Okay. But it's a tragedy to see this kind of stuff taking place. Multiple homes just wide open with detectives in and out trying to find out what's going on. But I aim the camera there, see if we maybe can see anything. Of course, we see officers going in and out of that active scene, but I can't really, we don't know what's in there, or if anybody's in there. Maybe the only resident was taken to a nearby hospital. Just don't know. Want to let you know, though, one victim in the shooting tonight. Authorities are saying that victim taken to a nearby hospital. They're saying the suspect vehicle was a silver vehicle. They do not know any more suspect information than that, and they only know that was seen in the area. Just got to kind of put all of those things into perspective. It's early, and it just happened, basically. So we hope that it doesn't happen again, and the cycle will stop. As we mentioned, this ends one way, and that's eventually with the suspects being caught and going to jail for the rest of their life. A suspect was arrested in one of the shootings earlier this week, just today. And so eventually we hope we'll be reporting the same thing in relation to this situation. But until then, a lot of worried residents, a lot of worried people, and another shooting that sent another person to the hospital. That's 4 victims hospitalized from gunshot wounds this week in Jonesboro that I know of, because I can't recall if there were more before that. That's kind of sad to say they all start blending together like that. If you have any tips, 870-935-5657. That's the number for Jonesboro's desk sergeant. Call them, tell them what you know. If you've seen a silver vehicle driving away and going somewhere, or whatever you might know could help them. And again, we hope that the cycle of violence will end, but it does when people act mature, you know. And sometimes that's not cool on the streets, but it's you know, it's your only choice, unless you want to live in total anarchy with multiple shootings every day, with victims going to the hospital. It's just not the way to go. You know, I'm not showing them so much, but a lot of folks, look at that, probably residents from every house up and down, you know, wondering what's going on, just totally, you know, disrupted from their life because they don't feel safe in their home. We don't have victim information yet, but we know one person was hospitalized in this. It's Stan Morris reporting live on NEA Report. Thanks everybody for joining us. That kitty better get out of here. She's going right towards the bullets. Look at this. What a weird live stream this is. Thanks everybody for joining us. Hope you have a good night. We'll have more updates on NEAReport.com. Appreciate everybody for following, liking, and especially for the supporters out there. Y'all rock.